For 11 years, the AfricaEcoRace has followed in the footsteps of Thierry Sabine. And even though it has grown every year, it holds on to its traditional rally roots. For the fourth year in a row, the scrutineering took part in Menton in the balmy winter sun. The temporary bivouac by the Mediterranean was the perfect place for the public to come and check out the excitement. For 2 days, they came to see the vehicles and the drivers as they prepared for their superhuman adventure. All this is very important for us. Everyone here is very passionate about it. They want to do their utmost in the desert. I say it every time, but the real star here is the desert. The town of Menton on the south coast had pulled out all the stops to welcome the race and these modern-day adventurers. People came from all over to admire the perfectly prepared bikes, cars and trucks. The Monaco-Dakar is of course a rally, but first and foremost it's an epic adventure where the old-school endurance rules still apply. This is why, once again, they have entered in their droves, taking on 2 weeks of surprises, extreme adventure and unforeseen escapades. With a record number of participants this year, the bike category really has taken off and should provide us with a tight battle. Amongst the favourites this year, we should look out for Alessandro Botturi, former pro driver for Husqvarna and Yamaha. The Italian rider is keen to get stuck into the African trails. I'm really happy to take part in the AfricaEcoRace because it is really in the traditions of the original Paris-Dakar. I'm really proud to be doing this race. He should, however, look out for the South American Francisco Arredondo and, of course, Paul Anders Olavalseter, winner of the AfricaEcoRace in both 2015 and 2016. There is a big Italian contingent with none other than rally legend Franco Pico leading the charge. In the car category, we find another legend, Kenjiro Shinozuka. The Japanese driver with 21 Dakars under his belt, including a win in 1997, was keen to come back to Africa.
I was thinking, so what rally is better for me? Then I'm not too interested about South America. I must learn Africa. Watching something, then I know the Jean-Louis do the AfricaEcoRace, this race. Oh, okay, I participate in this race.
Shinozuka will pit himself against his old friend Jean-Pierre Strugo. The Frenchman is here for the second time and is one of the favourites alongside Dominique Huzio, another rally veteran. At the wheel of their respective Optimus buggies, these two old friends will have their hands full, taking on experienced drivers Yves Froment and Patrick Martin. With good numbers in the car and bike categories, the SSVs have also turned out in droves. At the wheel this year, last year's bike winner Paolo Cecchi. I wanted to do something new with my wife Sarah, who has followed me for so many years. We couldn't do it on a bike. As I won on the bike last year, I wanted something different and to see how I rate against the other drivers. The Italian will be up against Philippe Pinchedez, current French endurance champion, and Jean-Hugues Moneron, who is here defending his title. Lastly, we come to the real stars of this rally, the big desert beasts, the trucks. This year the field is wide open and there's everything to play for. Portuguese sports star Elizabeth Jacinto will be trying to forget last year's early departure from the race. With the last 2 years' early dropouts, I'm really happy to be here. I hope that this year it will go really well. We have changed the suspension and we hope to be able to drive faster and have fewer mechanicals, and the goal is to arrive in Dakar. But she will have to be vigilant because once again, solo at the wheel of his Tatra, the 3-time winner Thomas Tomacek knows the terrain extremely well, as does the veteran Belgian driver Noel Essers. We spend a lot of time talking about the race, but let's not forget what is at the heart of this challenge, the humanitarian aspect. Once again this year, the organisers have joined forces with AMAD, Association Mondiale des Amis de l'Enfance, that works tirelessly for the protection of children. Something that was really important to Adriana, race patron for the second time, who is keen to buy one of their solar lamps. I'm pleased because this is not a selfish rally. It's a rally that has a great human interest. They don't just cross these countries without thought. They're also interested in the local populations. It may just be a series of small gestures, but they're important. For the second time in 3 years, Adriana stood with Jean-Louis Schlesser in Monaco and officially started the race from Quai Antoine I. The former model was excited to be there, once more supporting the race and its humanitarian values. The values of comradeship, solidarity, the sharing and sportsmanship. They're looking for the adrenaline rush. I get that. I've done rallies before, not like this, but I love the atmosphere. The first day is even more special. I was looking at footage of the previous rallies and it gave me goosebumps. Really makes me want to go with them. Once under the arch, they were finally off. Months of preparation, and all that remained between them and the desert were 378 kilometres to the port of Sète and a mere 36-hour ferry ride to Nador in Morocco. As always, Jean-Louis Schlesser gave the traditional first briefing on board at 11 a.m. If any competitor finds anyone else stopped, or a biker, especially the bikers who have a problem, if they've fallen unconscious or has a problem, you have to press their ear track to make sure someone comes to help them. And this time spent helping will be given back to you. It's the most important thing for us, your safety. And by his side, another rally legend and the AfricaEcoRace sport director, René Mech. A 3-time Dakar winner, he laid out for the competitors a rally steeped in tradition and chock full of sand. Lots of navigation. Every day it will change how the stages are won. Some will try to find shortcuts, some will find them, others won't. They'll go round in circles before finding them. That's what will make the difference. It's going to be great. There we have it, the plan for the 45 bikes, 25 cars, 11 SSVs and 10 trucks in their quest to reach Dakar in 6,055 kilometres. 4,023 kilometres of timed stages and 2 weeks of high adventure. After a relatively quiet New Year's Eve on board, the 1st of January dawned bright and clear as the convoy disembarked onto African soil. The Moroccan hospitality did not disappoint. The traditional breakfast laid on by the governor of Nador really is a sight for sore eyes and the perfect welcome to Africa. However, at the forefront of everyone's mind was the battle ahead. The first stage was a perfect little leg stretcher. A gravelly track, including some technical passages, allowed the drivers to get into their stride. On the cards today, 90 kilometres from Améziane to Mirada. And the little leg stretcher did allow for the teams to get back into their rhythm, notably in road book reading. There were some traps to avoid today for sure, but it was the most experienced who came through unscathed. For example, the Brit Richard Kay, who came in third about 4 minutes after Paul Anders Olavalseter. The Norwegian came in second despite feeling the cold in the morning, and he remembered the stage from 2 years ago when he battled it out with the Israeli Gev Sella. He knew it was going to be tricky. He left first but was quickly overtaken by Alessandro Botturi. The Italian came in first in a time of 1 hour, 4 minutes and 42 seconds, 6 minutes and 9 seconds faster than Olavalseter. His first stage win in his first AfricaEcoRace, not too shabby. It was a difficult stage for navigation. The 90 kilometres were very hard and very complicated. I had to navigate really well. The bike ran really well. My Yamaha is perfect. Everything is great. Today's stage results are also the GC for the race. Alessandro Botturi takes the stage win and goes to the top of the GC. He is ahead of Olavalseter and Richard Kay. Felix Jensen of Norway finished fourth ahead of the Frenchman Philippe Cavelius and Simone Agazzi of Italy. Bad bad luck of the day fell upon Philippe Pinchedes in his SSV. 8 kilometres from the finish, the Frenchman drove his Can-Am into a very big hole, causing some damage. He finished the day on the broom wagon back to camp. First place SSV went to Jean-Hugues Monneron, putting him 14th overall. Up ahead, the top 3 began with Dominique Ouzio in 3rd place. His co-pilot Arnaud Debrun is a 2-time winner of the AfricaEcoRace with Jean-Louis Schlesser. This is their first outing together and they are delighted with their first day's results and looking forward to the rest of the rally. The Octopus number 200 was only 58 seconds behind Igor Bouwens. The Belgian driver in his first AfricaEcoRace is following in his father's footsteps at the wheel of his Iveco with its brand new engine. Once again, the trucks are going to be a force to be reckoned with in this 2019 edition. One man who was not expecting his new year to be quite so exciting was Dominique Laure. Winner of last year's 10th stage, he was back on top today. Malaby and Malabar, as they're known, were at great pains not to break anything. It went really well. I said to Dominique, when we saw all the dust ahead of us, there's no point in stressing and hunting them down. It happened without really chasing anyone. We'd like to thank our mechanics who worked so hard. They've improved the cars even more. It's more comfortable, it's easier for tourers like us who are not professional. So anyway, we had fun. The stage results in the GC are the same for today. Victory for Dominique Laure with an 11-second lead over Igor Bouwens' truck, and Dominique Ouzio is 3rd. Elisabeth Jacinto came in 4th ahead of David Gerard and Patrick Martin. Tomorrow sees the first long stage of 431 kilometres between La Momie and Fumtsgid. Normally, every day we share with you the image of the day. However, today we have the story of the day. Alexei Titov, 2-time participant in the Africa race, chose the start line in Monaco to propose to his girlfriend Ekaterina. Happily, she said yes. A long and happy life to them both from us all on the Africa Eco Race. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.